Hello and welcome to ENL Hockey News. I'm Elias Anderson.
And I'm Luke Palmer.
And we're ENL Hockey News. Horacek was hired, and since then, we've been the worst team in the league. Well, one of the worst teams, I should say, because Buffalo is always going to be the worst team.
Of course.
So that was a good firing by them to fire Carlyle. I mean, it was obviously us, because we told them, we said fire Carlyle, and then they fired Carlyle. So how could that not have been our decision to fire Carlyle? ENL Hockey News has influenced the Toronto Maple Leafs. Do you agree, Luke?
Yes, I totally do.
Dave, notice, if you watch this, Horacek is a much better coach than Carlyle will ever be. Don't look at your stats. Look at the puck possession. Look at the shots on goal. Now look back at when Carlyle was coaching. Look at the puck possession. Look at the shots on goal. You'll notice a difference. That's a good difference. In case you didn't notice, you want to have more shots and less shots against. So that's why Horacek was a good hiring. I think the Leafs should trade Kessel and Phaneuf.
I only think they should trade Phaneuf. I think they should keep Kessel for a bit longer.
You can get like a good pick for Kessel, and right now Toronto just needs to rebuild.
I guess so.
You can get a really good pick for Kessel or Phaneuf. Or they might get like a nice rookie like who's a good rookie on, say, like Edmonton. You could get like an Eberle or someone like that. So I think that's good. It's a good trade. Right now, they have a 4.5% chance of making the playoffs. I'm going to advise everybody who's watching this to cheer for the Raptors. Yeah. Kyle Lowry. Yeah, all right? Cheer for the Raptors. The Leafs season is in the garbage. But we have a higher chance of McDavid than we do of making the playoffs. That's how pathetic the Leafs season is. We've lost our last 7 in a row, I think. 7. And going to make it 8 in a row today against Phoenix. What do you think the final score is going to be?
I think it might be 3-2 to Phoenix in regulation.
In regulation. I was going to say 4-2 to Phoenix in regulation because they add an empty netter. We'll see who's right. Probably one of us because the Leafs will probably lose. They suck. But the Raptors, on the other hand, Raptors are in top of their division. If only Toronto could do that for just 1 year. But no. Toronto management, Dave Nonis, all he cares about is money. He just wants to make money for the organization, which is good for some markets because you don't get any money. But for the Leafs, we want a championship, and we want a championship not now, but in the future. So rebuild. You're not going to get one now. The core isn't good enough. The core isn't there. But in a couple of years, if we get a couple good young rookies like, an Eberle, or, if we hadn't made that stupid trade for Kessel and we still had Sagan, some of these superstars are like good players in the NHL now, but will be great in the future. You see the All-Star game? It was like a goal every 2 seconds.
I know.
So many goals. Most ever. A goal every 2.1 minutes. That's crazy.
I know.
Just crazy talk. 29 goals.
Unbelievable.
And to think that Team Foligno lost after what they did in the skills competition? This is just ludicrous.
I agree. Stronger.
Sidney Crosby. You chickened out. You passed up on the All-Star game, and now you sat your 1-game suspension. You better come next year. Those fans are expecting you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, basically what I'm saying is that you should cheer for the Raptors because the Leafs have a higher percent chance of getting McDavid than they do of making the playoffs. They've lost their last 7 games, even have way more shots than before when Carlyle was coaching the team. Horacek is a good coach. Toronto's has the chances. They're gonna get the goals, but right now they're not. So let's just hope this continues. If they lost every single one of their games from now to the end of the year, I'd be the happiest. I'd be like a guy who wins the lottery.
Yes.
I'd be so happy because we would have a maybe 12% chance of getting McDavid. That's enough for me. From all of us here at ENL Hockey News, I'm Elias Anderson.
And I'm Luke Palmer.
Have a good evening.